the structures of subtle energy bodies. Now, most people who study chakras know that there are, they say that there are 7 primary chakras within the body. There are actually 15 primary chakras, all right? The 7 that most people refer to are within the body. And I'm not going to cover those extensively tonight because there's a tremendous amount of written material on those. You could, Barbara Brennan's books are wonderful on that. She has a book called, what is it? Awakening. One of them is Awakening the Light Body. Hands of Light is the first one. This will give you an excellent analysis of the first 7 levels of the bioenergetic field and the chakras and how they work. What we're concerned about tonight are going to be the higher and lower chakras. There are chakras that run down below our feet, and there are chakras that run up over our head. Now, they are connected to the main 7, but they are not secondary. They are also primary chakras. Now, with our level of development, a lot of these chakras have not been what they call activated yet. They are there, they exist, and so do the levels of awareness that go with them. But they have not been plugged in to our DNA. They have not been plugged into our crystal bodies yet. We didn't build in the Kelon codes. All these energy fields are composed of Kelon codes and particuli. In order to have them activated within the body, those Kelon codes have to be plugged in to the Kelon codes of our 3rd dimensional, 2nd dimensional, 1st dimensional body. We haven't reached that stage of evolution yet, but we can change that, and we can start to accelerate the process of evolution and the process of spiritual expansion and biological evolution by plugging in the Kelon codes from these outer fields and from the fields that extend beyond us. Now, the main chakras that I would like to teach you about tonight, I'll show you our numbering system. We follow the basic 7, like most systems of chakra analysis do. You have the first, which is the base chakra, the second, which is the sacral chakra, and it's around down in here over the reproductive organs somewhere. And up here would be where your navel is. And around here is the solar plexus chakra, is the 3rd chakra. Okay, and that, now I'll get into what they apply to in a minute. 4th chakra is the heart chakra. That connects to your astral body. And the 5th chakra is the throat chakra. And I'll get into what that connects to in a minute. The 6th chakra is what a lot of people call the 3rd eye. And once that's activated, that's when you start to be able to perceive and get a visual interpretation of the faster pulsating energy fields of the higher dimensional identity. And that's when you start to see the chakra system and those kind of things, and other things too that live in the higher dimensions. It's not just your own chakras that you see. Alright, this is the 7th chakra, the crown chakra, which brings energy from the extended auric field down through into the body. And the base chakra pulls it in up through from the earth. Alright, now up above the head, here, I have the 10th chakra. I have an 8 and 9, right? Okay. 8 is actually not manifested yet, but it's one of the things we're activating. The 8th chakra will manifest between the 4th and the 5th chakras, and we're working on that activation now. The 8th chakra runs at an angle from here up through your head, intersects with the pineal gland, and comes out somewhere at the back, right around the back of the head. All right, this is an important chakra because it connects you to the frequencies of what's called the galactic core, which is the center of the 15-dimensional matrix. It connects you to the level of identity that you were before you entered manifestation at all within the dimensionalized system. All right, the 9th chakra runs at almost an opposite angle, where its base would be at the base, right around the base of the skull here, where it hooks onto the neck, and it runs through. It goes through the pituitary gland, and it runs at an angle and comes out right up around here somewhere. They actually create like an X-type formation of energy, and that gets into some more complex energy structures that we won't go into. So 8 and 9 are there. We're going to deal with 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. Because these are the primary ones that bring the energies from the highest dimensions into the physical body. Right now, most people do not have the 10th chakra activated. It's there, it's dormant, and when you see it with higher sensory vision, it would look like a little kind of a clumped up ball of energy, where once it's activated, it opens up into a circular formation of energy where you can see current spiraling through it, and it changes color and it gets brighter with higher sensory vision. So what we're going to work on is activating, or bringing all those from a little clump of closed energy opening them. And when we open them, it allows the frequencies from the higher dimensions to come in. And they will come into the lower energy fields. They'll come in from here, come into these fields, and they'll start coming into our body, which will help us build chelons. And it will help us activate the rest of our crystal body, expand our DNA, the whole bit. Okay, now, the 10th chakra connects to the 10th dimensional frequencies. It's very simple in their numbering system. They did it that way on purpose. So, we could remember very easily. The base chakra connects to the first dimensional frequencies, the second, the third, the fourth, which is the astral level. Okay, the 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, they all correspond to the dimensions that they're numbered after. 10th chakra, 11th chakra, goes to the 11th dimension, 14th chakra, which actually 13th is down here, but we'll deal with that in a little bit. 14th chakra is considered the origin point. It's the first point of projection when you entered what they call the time matrix. That is the dimensionalized system that gives us the illusion of matter, space, and progression through time. Before that, we existed as pure consciousness in something called the energy matrix. And then we entered the time matrix, and it gives us this experience of separation and dimensionalization. The 14th chakra and the 14th dimension are the point at which we were originally projected. It's where the whole pattern of our morphogenetic field for identity exists. And this includes not just us, but also others in what I call our family tree of consciousness, because we are connected to others. Some people call it reincarnation, but it's really simultaneous manifestation. We're all existing at once in a field of time, pulsating at different rates. But at the 14th chakra, when we activate this, we bring in the entire pulse of our identity. We can't bring the whole thing in. The physical body can't hold that. The physical body can only hold the frequencies of D12. Okay? But when you activate the whole line of them, and this is what we want to do, I want to do a meditation tonight that will begin that process of opening and activating them. You create an energy link that goes from the 14th all the way through you, through the earth, around and through the 15th dimension, which is actually, if you went through the earth, you're standing here, if you went through the earth, came out the other side and kept going, you'd be way out in space, right? So actually the 15th chakra is way out in space, but it's perceived as going through, that's the way we put it, below the feet. It's actually through the earth core, an energy field that comes up, through the earth core and through the bottom of our feet and works up where the 14th is coming down. What the energy fields that these create, the 14th and the 15th, the 15th creates a spiral of energy going up this way. The 14th creates one going down this way. It's two counter-rotating spirals of energy, which some people call the Merkaba. All right, this is an energy field that, if you can learn to spin it the right way, holds the key to demanifestation, to teleportation, and to control over matter, being able to control the matter of our bodies. So the first step is becoming aware of what chakra centers are involved in this and beginning to activate them. You can't activate overnight or you blow your body up, because the body has to grow into the ability to process higher frequency. Sometimes people do this like spontaneous combustion thing, and scientists go, wow, how did that happen? Sometimes it happens because too much energy came in from their own unified field, from their own auric field. And sometimes there are glitches in this, and when that happens, it speeds up the molecules so fast that they either explode or implode. I'm not sure which it does, but it does one or the other. It breaks the pattern apart. When that happens, it fragments your crystal body, completely fragments it into little pieces, back into like D1 and D2 pieces. So activations do take time.
They become ashes. They become ashes when they combustion.
Mm-hmm.
I have a book with the pictures.
Right.
And you see the ashes like when you burn something.
Right. And what's happened underneath those ashes used to be a form that had a crystal body in it. The ashes still have a crystal body, but it's broken up in all sorts of little pieces, as if you took a crystal glass and shattered it on the floor.
Right.
They have to start the process of evolution all over again, putting those chelons back together to get to the point where they originally were. So it's better to build chelons than to break them down. So anyway, when we're doing activations, what we're going to learn to do first is to bring this, and this chakra online with the rest of them that are functioning right now in our body systems. All right, we're going to do that by All right, first of all, I want to get into this a little bit. The 13th chakra is a chakra that exists at the center of the earth. It's one of the earth's chakras too, not just ours. It is a chakra that unites our crystal body with the crystal body of the planet. And it's where we draw energy from the planet. So we are a living part of the planet, which a lot of people don't realize. They walk around on the earth and they think it's just a thing to walk around on. They don't realize their body is a part of the earth body. And we're all connected to it. So we connect through the 13th chakra. Did you want to ask a question?
Some information that was given to me by the Pleiadians is that the higher chakras are shared chakras.
Yeah.
And we operate on the higher planes in community with other beings through those chakras.
Yes. Yes, I'm going to keep it simple for tonight, though, and keep on basically what we can do with ours, and later we'll get, in other classes or other times, we'll go into, you could write a book on each chakra, explaining what it does, what it's connected to, what its function is, how to use it in the best ways. So, there's a lot of information that goes with them. But the higher chakras above do connect you to the expanded field of the universe, and also to the expanded field of your own family tree of consciousness. You become plural after a certain point, where you're not just an individual self, you're a self composed of many. Just like if you look at yourself now, and you think of yourself as a child, all those little childhood memories, now they don't seem to be a separate, different you, right? They were just you at a different stage, right? As we evolve and as we start to activate the higher chakras, we start to understand that the other identities in our family tree of consciousness are kind of like us at different stages, and they're all us. And you start to refer to yourself as a we, because you are. We are all plural.